Deploy the garrison! My achievement, not yours! Deploy the garrison! Deploy the garrison! Deploy blind! Blind? Deploy the garrison! Deploy the garrison! Are we blind? My achievement, not yours! Deploy! Are we blind? Deploy the garrison! 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 Deploy the garrison! My achievement, not yours! Deploy the garrison! Deploy the garrison! Deploy blind? Blind? Deploy the garrison! Deploy the garrison! Are we blind?
Hey guys, what the... Oh wait, I haven't even turned on this one. I forgot to turn on that camera, so I guess we should do it that way first. Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates and another live stream here on YouTube. I haven't even put up the green screen because today I felt like just... I mean, I should probably pull it up just in case, but I was planning to just chill and talk with you all a little bit, and I don't really need my green screen for that, but I guess it doesn't hurt having it up in case we need it. But I hope you're all doing well this fine Friday afternoon. Evening, actually, 9 p.m. Should probably call it evening, not afternoon. I just caught up on both. Oh wait, I gotta fix this on the. Caught up on both Rings of Power and She-Hulk, and Disc Golf World Championship. If anyone cares about that. Actually, I'm not fully caught up to that because that's like hours of footage. But yeah, let's see here. Wait, what? Oh, wrong button. There we go. Something is missing here. Oh yes, I have forgotten to open up Streamlabs, so I can't see any potential donations and such. There we go. Hammer, good to see you. Bertie, Roachkin as well, and Grievous and Bacon Games. I actually thought Rings of Power was really good. I'm gonna go that far to say it was really good. It was way better than I expected. I thought the balance between world building and I thought it was a little bit slow at times. But then I realized that this is a series, not a movie. And the amount of like I'm not too read up on like the second and first age of Lord of the Rings, because I've read the Lord of the Rings books, the Hobbit books, but that's about it. But then I watched a lot of videos, the Lord of the Rings Wikipedia, whatever you call it, and I am definitely happily surprised by it. I'm not like amazed best series ever, but it was above my expectations. My expectations were very low due to, well, the trailers didn't look that exciting, and I saw some clip that I thought was the intro that looked really ass, but it wasn't even the intro. So I don't know. I the way they interweave I don't know what you call it. Like there was 1, 2. I guess technically there was like 4 storylines at once, if I'm not mistaken, 3 or 4, depending on how you count it. And they were all interesting, you know. I'm curious about all of them, you know. No matter if it's the hobbits or the elves or the dwarfs or the humans, you know. I don't know. I'm not gonna go. It's hard to really spoil. There's no like big reveals, at least from what I would tell. But I'm not. I might not need to go into super specifics. But if you're like, I don't want to know a single thing at all about it, then you probably shouldn't be online. But it wasn't like, oh, here's Gandalf, or you know, it's not any big stuff like that, I would say. Yeah, the CGI was great. The CGI looked way better than The Hobbit, in my opinion, and yeah, I was happy with it. Jolis, hello there. 1 second. Intertwine, yeah, that's probably the word I was looking for. No, the first 2 episodes are out. They did just like with, I don't know, Disney. They always release 2 episodes at once, like Kenobi. The lady was using a sword to go up the side of a mountain. Well, I don't think they were using swords, but they were climbing with. Actually, it looked like just ice pickaxes that we have like in the real world. So yeah. But yeah, I was happily surprised with it. I thought it was very enjoyable, to say the least, and I saw some people like, oh, basically Galadriel used a sword as like not a jumping pedal, but kind of like to jump up and attack an enemy. And some people were like, oh my god, you can't do that. Like, did you watch Lord of the Rings? Legolas literally held an arrow and stabbed through orc armor while he surfed down on a shield through a stairwell while firing, and then somehow threw that shield hard enough to pierce through the Urukai armor and instantly kill it. Like, yeah, I don't know. Some people are just looking for things to complain about, but seriously, if you saw the feats Legolas did in both The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, I don't think there's anything like that, realism-wise, that you could complain about here. Hello to Jesse as well. Dan, I think I said hello. I don't know. Sorry if I missed it. Laxar, hello there as well. I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you doing? Yeah, Lord of the Rings felt more epic, and that's something I felt. I thought, like, okay, this was 2 hours, and one of the Lord of the Rings movies would be, I guess, 3-4 hours, depending on if the extended version. And that's the big difference, where, you know, there's a goal of the movie, there's a climax, there's a big battle, but you won't have the same thing in a series. So I kind of don't mind that it's that slow. We get more of the world and the universe, but maybe not as many epic moments or huge battles. Although I did really like the prologue. I thought that was very good. Yeah, I'm curious about D23. I'm not sure what to expect, to be honest. I'm thinking probably like a new Andor trailer, Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga update, whatever that could be. Other than that, I'm not really sure what to expect, to be completely honest. Do you want to join a Discord server made for Star Wars YouTubers only? I don't know. I've been in multiple of those, and it's always like people make them, and then only a certain group of people are invited, and then it becomes toxic, and then no one ends up using that. I don't know. I'm in so many of those different Star Wars YouTuber Discords that never gets used in any way. So it's more like if I have a couple of friends, other YouTubers who I want to talk to, I just make a group chat with them on whatever platform it may be, instead of having a full Discord for it. But yeah. I think they spent a lot of money on Rings of Power. Wasn't that like one of the highest budgeted series ever or something? Yeah, that's Hammer. There was like, I think once in each episode that there actually was a like an epic moment with good music. The rest of it kind of just, I didn't pay attention to it. There was definitely more of those epic moments in Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, but there was like a few times during these episodes where I felt like, nice. I guess because there wasn't any huge epic battles they were riding into, there wasn't any super good music for that, but yeah. Star Wars Survivor trailer, I was thinking maybe, since there wasn't that Gamescom, it's not impossible unless they want to wait until next year. Good evening, RRK. I think the actors fit pretty well. I mean, Galadriel's actor is, I mean, she looks like, I don't know, she looks just like Galadriel. So Galadriel's actor was perfect. Elrond's, as Elrond, yes, perfect. It's just that he's so different than Elrond we know that it's still a little bit like hard to get into. But everyone else, like Durin and basically all the dwarves, to be honest, were 10 out of 10 in my opinion. The humans, I don't know. I kind of thought the actors did, pretty much all actors did a great job. Battle for Middle-earth Day. The problem is I actually could have played some Battle for Middle-earth today while we were chatting, I guess. But now I didn't title the stream to that, and also it doesn't seem to be available anywhere. It's really weird. Most old games you can just buy on like Steam or Origin or stuff, but I don't think it's available on neither like Steam or Origin. Battle. Let's see, Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor, Lord of the Rings Online, Lord of the Rings, Shadow of Mordor. Holy shit, how many Shadow of Mordor things are there here? It's like 20, 30. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get a hold of. I might have to download it somewhere. I don't know. It's weird how they don't make it available, but yeah, I saw that yeah, the rumor is that it's going to be in March, so I guess it makes sense right now to have a trailer roughly 6 months before that. I don't remember when they released the gameplay trailer. I think didn't they release the gameplay trailer in June last time, but at that point the game was released in like November, or I think so, 5 months early. So I don't know. If we're talking the same numbers, I wouldn't expect it in trailer until October, November probably. But I mean, I don't know. If they have it ready, maybe yes. Hello to Queen Aileen. How's it going? How are you all doing today, my friends? Hodge, hello there as well. And also, in case you didn't see but the little lamp here is pointing towards, you can get 30% off G Fuel this weekend, all the way until Tuesday actually, one day longer than normal. So if you guys are looking to stock up on G Fuel, any of these fancy flavors or the other hundreds, I literally have a full cabinet of these. Follow the link that is pinned in the chat, and if you're curious about my favorite flavors, you can also find a link for that. And also, hey Google, what is the best G Fuel flavor?
Here is some information from the web that might possibly help.
Shit.
On the website foodsguy.com, they say the best G Fuel flavors will vary by personal taste, but Blue Ice and Faceberry are some of the most popular options out there. Other popular flavors include Sour Blue Chug Rub, Bahama Mama, Rainbow Sherbet, Strawberry Shortcake, Tropical Rain, Ragin' Gummy Fish, and Hype Sauce. People also ask me, what does G Fuel Faceberry taste like? Want to hear the answer?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, that wasn't even that wasn't even the message I was planning for, but I'll take it. That was a pretty good answer, actually. That was some good suggestions. Although I do prefer the sour faceberry over the normal faceberry and such. But that was a pretty good reply by Google, although it wasn't the one I had planned. But yeah, link is in the chat and at the top of the description, guys. So make sure to head over there. Philip, how's it going? Did you know there's a page about on YouTube? Do you mean that there's a page about me on the YouTube wiki, Dan? Then yes. It's fairly outdated. I was pretty surprised when I saw it because it actually has some information about how I started my channel and things like that. But it's fairly outdated now as far as I know. I think it's probably from like the prime time of Battlefront 2. And I guess also Famous Birthdays has my birthday because I got like a tweet from them on my birthday last week, like happy birthday, blah blah blah. So yeah, Nick, how's it going? Good to see you as well. Yeah, actually I haven't seen Lord of the Rings for maybe 2 years, I think. Twerking in a wait, I'm gonna say this now. Twerking in a Marvel completely caught me off guard. Wait, what? Are we talking about She-Hulk? There was no twerking in She-Hulk, was there? Just chilling, Nick. Just chilling and talking. It's fairly late, and I don't know. I didn't feel like playing any games, or I didn't really know what to play. I just like to talk with you because I just watched She-Hulk. I just watched Rings of Power, and I figured there was a lot of things to just talk about. Oh, in the post-credit scene, I didn't. Wait, have there been post-credit scenes in all She-Hulk episodes? Because I've just skipped them, to be honest. Or as soon as the credits pop up, I've just clicked away. So I must have missed that. Oh, was it Megan Thee Stallion or was it someone else? Yeah, I'll have to check that out later. All three have one. Okay, I've missed all of them. I'm liking both She-Hulk and Rings of Power are good. So it's good to have some stuff to watch. Plus the disc golf championships. And I may have also bought another 2 discs. I'm getting way too addicted to that. I remember when I started, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna start buying like too many discs because you don't need it. But now I've already purchased way too many. Well, actually, I'm at an okay level right now. It's on Twitter. Okay, I can just She-Hulk post credit scene episode 3. Viewmasters. Oh, okay, that's just a channel, a YouTube channel.
Hi, there's my new favorite client. And then just initial.
Wait, what happened with the audio? Maybe it's muted for copyright reason or something? Or did my headset just die?
Just
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see the turkey now. All right. Interesting. I think She-Hulk does. I definitely don't think She-Hulk sucks. I think it's. I think they're building it very nicely into the world as well. I like that both Bruce Banner and Wong is in there, and I don't know. I think the CGI definitely isn't terrible. Like if you look at the fight between She-Hulk and Hulk, I think it just looks like any Avengers movie, to be honest. Good evening, Max. How is it going? I am very excited about Andor RRK indeed, because I think it looks very promising, to say the least. It's gonna be nice to have so many. We're gonna have like Andor, She-Hulk, Rings of Power, all at the same time. It's a good time to be a fantasy fan, or I don't know what word I'm looking for. Fantasy, sci-fi? Fantasy and sci-fi, I guess. Oh, and I guess House of Dragon, if you're into that. I've heard it's really good, but like I've said, I haven't watched Game of Thrones, so I haven't watched House of Dragon either, but yeah. I am still enjoying She-Hulk, indeed. Yeah, Wong was great. I liked his part in this episode for sure. Bad Batch, we don't really know if it's still coming out soon or not. Because it probably is. It's probably like delayed or something. Man, calling something woke, calling She-Hulk woke, oh, it's so... I don't even like to use that word. But if there's anything I think is cringe, it's when like grown men call something woke. It just makes me like, oh. Well, I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but whenever I see like grown men being like, oh, I can't watch this, it's so woke, then I'm like, Jesus Christ. And I don't call a lot of stuff cringe, but that's in my opinion. Yeah. If you don't like the series for whatever reason, fine. There's a lot of it's definitely not a 10 out of 10 series, but I am every time I'm definitely going to be watching She-Hulk and Rings of Power every Tuesday. Wait, it's Thursday today. No, it's Friday today. What am I talking about? She-Hulk comes out on Wednesdays, right? So I was two days late on She-Hulk, but Rings of Power was today, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Thursdays. Or is it Thursdays? Sammy, how's it going? Actually, Sammy, very interesting coincidence, Sammy. I have seen a little bit of Doctor Who. I've seen, I think, maybe one season of the first season, like the revival season or whatever you call it. And the reason to why I even know that that's called the revival season is because I took yesterday or something. I was like, maybe I should give Doctor Who a chance. So I googled like, what do you need to watch? And mostly it seemed like the best way to start off was to see the revival version from 2000 and whatever. So I'm kind of thinking about starting that over from the beginning. Although I feel like I'm watching a lot of different stuff now because I'm rewatching Breaking Bad, and now I've got She-Hulk and Rings of Power, and then soon we've got Andor, and then maybe Bad Batch. So I don't know. But the next time I start watching something old that's I don't need to keep up with every week, I might start watching Doctor Who. I don't know. What do you guys think about Doctor Who? It seems like it is so many seasons with so many actors that maybe some seasons are worth watching and some not. I'm not sure. Kevin, how's it going? Dan, I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, I'm trying to come up with some interesting ideas for clips because my clips channel isn't doing that well right now. Actually, most clip channels for Star Wars don't seem to do that well now since it's a little bit...
I am what you made me.
T-Man. Thank you, T-Man, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, like I said, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I can't take that away from anyone. I just don't like that word very much. Maybe House of Dragon is something that's worth watching before Game of Thrones. I thought it was going to be something that's like, if you haven't watched Game of Thrones, you're not going to enjoy it. Hammer, just you wait, dude. If you're only at the end of season 2, you've only scratched... Had you seen Better Call Saul? I don't remember. Because Gus is the best villain ever. Like, yeah, he's great. He really is. Yeah, that's what I like about She-Hulk. I think I like all those series that has a lot of world building, because I feel like a lot of the movies obviously have to focus on the big picture world saving stuff, but all these series now are kind of like building up what happens with other people with superpowers or enhanced individuals, and what happened. Like, I know both. Thank you very much, T-Man, for the super sticker. I think that's called super sticker, super chat. Probably the same thing, but appreciate it, T-Man. Didn't mean to go off on you there, but yeah, I just don't. Again, I don't like that word. That's all. Yeah, so I like the way it builds together. Like, for instance, Winter Soldier and Falcon, Winter Soldier, and WandaVision built a lot around the blip and what happened to normal people with the blip, things like. So I don't know. That's why I like these Marvel series. They're building, the world building is very well. It reminds me a bit of the Star Wars world building. Okay, well, Hammer, dude, you are in for a treat. That's all I'll say. I mean, you've got freaking the entire Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul with Gus. You have so many good scenes and so many shocker scenes as well. So enjoy, and feel free to update us here in the chat every time we come back here. New Who starts at 2005 to current. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch the old ones. I think if I start watching Doctor Who, I will probably start from that 2005. How many people do we have watching here who have either seen some of Doctor Who or all of it? Yeah, Doctor Who seems to be very like it's not so much of a. It seems like a lot of at least from what I remember when I saw like the first season, a lot of the episodes are very standalone. So it's not like you need to. That's why I'm assuming you can like skip an entire season and still enjoy it because there's often new doctors and new actors and such. So yeah. There's 13 seasons, but it's become really terrible after the first 10. So I guess that's still worth watching 10 then, maybe? Oh! Colin, Heroes. Yes, I watched... There's only like 1 or 2 seasons, is there? Heroes. Or how many seasons are there? 4 seasons, actually. Yeah, I don't remember how many I saw because it was so long ago. It was about 10 years ago, more, 15 years ago even. No, final episode date. That was literally, yeah, 15, 16 years ago. No, 12 years ago, sorry. But yeah, I remember very vaguely there was someone who could teleport. There was someone who could like open up people's brains and steal their powers and stuff. I remember the series gradually got a bit worse and then they just canceled it, so... It was better in the beginning, I think. But yeah, I have seen it. Oh, nice. Dan. I will definitely check that out. I saw the email. I just haven't read it yet. Peter Petrelli and Siler, I remember. Peter Petrelli, I'm not sure. But well, it was so long. Another series I watched that, oh man, that was probably the series I've seen that went from being really good to absolutely horrendous. I've never seen a series, what do you say, like fall so hard, which was Falling Skies. How many seasons? That was also been like 3 or 4 seasons. Falling Skies. Let's see. Why does it not say how many? 5 seasons even. Okay. So I guess 5 seasons. Oh yeah. How have you guys seen Falling Skies? The first, or maybe the first and second seasons were just phenomenal, and then it just got so much worse. So I don't know. Oh yeah, I want The Boys season 4, man. I watched season 1, 2, 3 right away because I hadn't seen any of it before, and it was amazing. Have you seen Homeland? No, I have not. Best memories for high school, things you wish you took advantage of. High school. I never high school. Is that high school age? Because we don't have the same system in Sweden, so high school is. What age is that? Is that the elementary school? Because our elementary school is from age 6 to, I guess, 15. And then we do 3 years between 15 and 18. And I never really remember when like high school is. Oh, you watched all of Falling Skies, Dan? Well, I'm glad. Well, what did you think of it? Because I remember, like, at the end, I was like, just pull the plug, just finish this. Oh my god! But the first like 2 seasons were great. Very interesting take on what would happen if like aliens invaded Earth, you know. Mm-hmm. 17 to 18 is the end of high school. Okay, so yeah, that's basically okay. Then I don't know, best tips for high school. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with. Honestly, this is not even to do with high school, but I wish I started investing all my saved money in stocks as soon as I turned 18. Like, I cannot stress that enough. I probably started when I was maybe 22, 23, and it just makes me realize, like, if I just put away every little money I saved up from extra jobs or student loans or whatever, if I just put all of that right away into stocks, I would have had so much more savings right now. So I cannot stress enough how important, like, the thing is, if you start saving when you're 18, you are going to have so much more money quicker than if you, for instance, start saving a lot of money per month when you're 30, 35 or something like that. The earlier you start, the less you have to save, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's not really a high school specific tip, but just for that age, I guess, overall. Hello there, Boston Beast. How's it going? "900 students, a long graduation. It took 4 hours." Oh man, yeah, we don't really have those kind of gradations in our high school. We just all run out at the same time and like throw our hats. That's it. We don't have any like everyone gets a personal thing. Crypto or stocks? I would say stocks. You can always have a small part in crypto, like 5-10%, doesn't matter. It doesn't hurt diversifying, but I would personally never have more than 5 or 10% in crypto. How do stocks work? Like, how do you get into it? I don't know how it is like in the US or outside of other countries, but in Sweden it's so easy. You just pick one of the two big banks like Avanza or Nordnet. You can literally sign up on their phone app, and then you just put in money. Super easy. You don't even need to buy individual stocks in the beginning. If you're very, very fresh and don't know anything, buy funds, because funds contain stocks, but you don't have to do the research of picking them out. Just pick some of the main funds. It's really easy, and I couldn't imagine it's that much harder in like the US. And how much money can you make? Well, on average, like, let's say ränta på ränta calculator. On average, the stock market gives you 8% per year, basically. That's the standard. So like, sure, there might be some years like this year where you will lose a lot of money, but if you consistently put in every year, you will on average. So like, let's say, like if you start when you're, yeah, if you say I started 10 years ago and I put in like $1,000, it would have doubled by now, basically. And in, let's see, 30 years, in 30 years, your money will have tenfold doubled. Like you will have gained 1,000% just by putting that money in stocks, basically. As long as you don't need the money for, let's say, 3 years maybe, I would invest it in stocks, definitely. Why do parts of these streams turn into economy lectures? I don't know, because I like talking about it and someone asked about it. So I talk about everything, whether it's food, economy, Star Wars, you know, there's a lot of topics. Wait, I'm an idiot, because like when you're investing in stocks, what are you actually putting your money into? Well, a stock is basically like owning a part of a company. If you buy a stock in Disney, you technically own a very, 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 very small part of Disney. So when Disney does well, the stock goes up and you have gained money. If they do poorly, it goes down. And most stable big companies will grow over a long time. Obviously, a lot of companies die off, but that's why you try to invest in future-proof companies, future-proof markets like tech, or, you know, things that won't just disappear from a day to another. So and funds are basically just a group of stocks. Could be anywhere from 30 to 100 companies that a broker basically deals for you. Because most people, I buy individual stocks because I put a lot of effort into researching and buying and selling, but most people just buy funds. They throw in maybe $100 per month into a fund and then let it basically work for itself. I am a full-time YouTuber, RRK, although most of the time goes to my second channel for the clips. I want to stream a bit more, but honestly, I just don't. I basically stream at the moment because I think it's fun, because I like the connection I can get with you guys in the community, but I have so little viewers that it's not like financially worth it. So it's almost like the work part of YouTube is doing clips or videos, and then the streaming is a hobby, if that makes sense. Although I'll still make a little bit of money from streaming depending on donations and super chats and members and such, but it's a very, very, very small part. I've also never gotten into stocks. Do they pay you a certain amount like a salary? No, it's basically if the value goes up. Like this year, everything has gone down, basically everything. So yeah, but it's the way, if like, I don't know, I bought the AMD stock when it was worth $30 a couple of years ago. Now it's worth $80 or something like that, and I sold that off, and that means I pretty much tripled that money almost. There are stocks that do give you dividend, like you said, a salary, like the big, huge companies with a lot of profit will give you a dividend every year or every quarter. It's not going to be many percent. It's going to be like 5% max. So one tactic is to only invest in those stocks that give you a lot of dividend, like actual cash back, like a salary. But those stocks do instead have a lot less chance of increasing in value because they are so stable. So it's like a trade-off. There's a lot of different tactics and a lot of different ways you can do it. I don't think they made a lot of money this year, Brabador. Crypto has tanked pretty hard this year. But yeah, if you were in crypto from the beginning, you can make a lot of money from it. But I have pretty much probably gone like plus minus zero on. I made some first and then I lost some because it's very volatile. Like the stock, when the stock market goes down, the crypto goes down, but even harder, if that makes sense. I don't know, my favorite MCU moment. Hard to pick a single moment, to be honest. I don't know. I really liked some moments in Infinity War when Thanos just... Obviously, the Avengers assemble in Endgame is hard to not mention, but I feel like that's like everyone's favorite moment. I don't know. Tricky to choose. Maybe when Thanos snaps, not because I like everyone dying, but because it made me so happy to see them lose for once, because it's always a good ending. And I was like, there's no way they're gonna let him succeed, and then he did, and it was just, it was so weird, you know, the kind of like quiet ending of Infinity War, and I was going out like, wait, the movie actually ended like that? Half the universe died and it's over? So I don't know, that moment, even though it's not an epic moment, it was a big moment that I really liked. Yes, Dan Ben, you do get a dividend in Monopoly. Exactly. Yeah, the Nedio. Yeah, there are meme stocks like the Bed Bath, whatever it's called, and it was also the GameStop stock. Don't buy those unless you know what you're doing. Those are pretty much like gambling your money because they don't actually have that value. It's like Reddit basically hyping that stock up, but yeah. No, Colin, I've actually only played like the Lego games that I've played on stream now, which is Force Awakens, Complete Saga, Clone Wars, and Skywalker Saga. Actually, I did play some Lego Batman game with a friend, but we got bored of it very quickly. Hello there, Obigom. How's it going, man? No, there's not always a dividend. Only a small section of the companies actually give you a dividend. Like if you buy a stock in the company, it's because you believe the company. Like Tesla, for instance. Anyone who has bought Tesla the last 5 or 10 years has gained a lot of money off it because the value of the stock keeps going up, except for the last year. But they don't pay out any dividends, so you never get any cash from them unless you sell the stocks. And that's what I do. I try to wait for the dips. Like right now, it's gone down a lot, but I've still got a lot of cash on the sidelines ready to invest. And then when it spikes up, like in June, it was pretty low, so I bought a lot of tech stocks like Tesla, Apple, PayPal, and things like that. And then it went up a lot in July, so I sold most of that off for like a 5 to 10% profit. So yeah, yeah. Glad you like it, Boston Beast. I was listening to a radio quiz recently, and one of the questions was what type of weapon was Boba Fett's gun? Do you mean like the EE3 or blaster? Was that a Star Wars specific quiz or just like a random quiz? Because that sounds like a pretty hard question in that case. Yes, Sammy, there are millions of trackers. Like, depends on, like the bank I use for all my stock trades, that you can see graphs of any stock, any fund, any commodity. It's not even just stocks. I own gold right now. I shorted the dollar. Short basically means the opposite of like, if I think the dollar price is going to go down, I short it. Same thing, you can short a stock. So if you think a stock is going to go down in price, you can short the stock. And now it's getting complicated maybe. But yes, short story, if you want to see the value of a stock, just type in on Google. Google actually has a built-in tracker. So if you go like type Tesla stock, and you will see a graph of how this Tesla stock value has moved. That's the most easy way, basically. Bertie, I hope you are feeling better now, man. Shorting a stock means that you believe that the stock is going to go down in price, so you basically borrow a stock because you think you can sell it for lower later. It's a bit complicated. You don't even need to know exactly how that works. All I know is that on my bank there are instruments I can buy when I think something's gonna go down. So like 2 weeks ago, I thought the stock market had peaked. I bought instruments that shorted the American index, and when the American index went down, that instrument went up. So I gained money, although the stock market went down. So you can make money even if the stock market goes up and down, but this is you shouldn't even, if you haven't even tried stocks, don't even think about shorting stuff. Just focus on anyone who's like young. If you haven't already gotten any money in stocks, start putting in a little every month. Don't complicate stuff like I'm talking about now. Just take $50, $100 a month, $200 a month, however much you can put away. You will regret it in the future if you don't. I promise you that. How much money are you making? I mean, I guess the easiest way is just that I look, just to give you an idea of what it can. I can see how much I've made since I started investing. And that's why I wish I would have started earlier. So I put in my first money, I think, in 2018. So that's actually only roughly 4 years. I thought I did it longer than that, but I guess not. Yeah, 4 years. Damn, was it 24, 23? I should have started so much earlier. And in those 4 or 5 years, everything that I've put in has increased by 62%. So basically, if I would have let's say it's $10,000. If I would have just let those sit in my bank account, it would still be $10,000, which is actually, you lose value because of inflation. But if I put it in stocks, that's suddenly $16,000. So you get what I mean. And that was just 4 years. If I would have done that since I was 18, it would probably have been at least 100%, if not more. Do you think EA won't make Star Wars games anymore? I mean, they've already got Star Wars Jedi Survivor and the Respawn shooter and strategy game. So I mean, that's already 3 EA Star Wars games. Outside of those, I don't know. I feel like committing to 3 Star Wars games is pretty much already more than they've done so far. So. Is EA helping with Ubisoft's game? Definitely not. I mean, the only thing... No, EA is not directly helping. I mean, they're competitors, no way. However, there is definitely a chance that they are using some of EA's assets. Like, the stuff that DICE made for Battlefront, all the models and stuff, I think those are property of Lucasfilm, which means that, like, if Ubisoft's game has any of, like, the planets or weapons or stuff that was in Battlefront 2, they could probably reuse some of those assets. So the EA are not actively helping out, definitely not, because they're competitors. But there's surely a chance that some of the assets that DICE made are being used in other Star Wars games. Really, any of them for that matter. It doesn't have to be Ubisoft's. Any Star Wars game can probably borrow assets from any other Star Wars game. I think that's most likely a deal that Lucasfilm like enforces. Sammy, do you mean upload? I mean, this stream, if you want to rewatch the stream, if that's what you mean, you can always go to my channel page and then go to the live streams playlist, and you will find the stream so you can rewatch it afterwards. It's not available if you just go to videos, but you have to go to the live stream playlist. Yeah, Brabador. I mean, I don't know exactly what shape Destiny 2 is in right now, but just that kind of game with the shooter-looter mechanic, I just think would fit very nicely in a Star Wars setting, to be honest. So yeah. Thank you, Hodge. Yeah, I don't know when I hit that, to be honest. I kind of stopped looking at my subscriber count years ago because it hasn't really gone up. But I guess it probably during the... it might actually have been last month, now that I think about it. But yeah. Road to 200k. Yeah, I'm probably going to start losing subscribers again now soon. If I've actually gained 144 this month. That's not too bad. But yeah. Depends on if any more interesting Star Wars games come out. Otherwise, probably not. Yeah, Obigom. It was surprisingly good, I gotta say. Do you think other game publishers will make Star Wars games? I mean, yeah, they've already... I mean, they've announced so many games now. We've got Quantic Dream doing theirs. We've got Ubisoft and Massive doing theirs. We've got Skydance New Media, Amy Hennig's one, doing a Star Wars game. We've got EA doing 3 Star Wars games. We got Star Wars Hunters, Zynga doing a Star Wars game. I think that's all right. So that's like a hell of a lot of... only thing missing now is like Rockstar doing a freaking huge Star Wars game. Yeah, a new Lord of the Rings game that follows the movies would be pretty cool. I've heard that the Shadows of Mordor is really nice. That it's not really like... It doesn't really have anything to do with the movies, but that it fits nicely in the universe anyways, if that makes sense. But it doesn't relate anything to the movies. I hope so, Hodge. The problem is that all the new Star Wars games are things that you play like 5 minutes and then you stop, it feels like. I mean, the next one is probably going to be Fallen Order, or, I mean, not Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor. Rings of Power is definitely canon, or I don't know how they count canon in Lord of the Rings universe. But I read some subreddit reactions after the first episodes, and it actually seemed like the most hardcore fans were the ones who were the most happy, because they could, like, everything that was in the series so far seems to be legit, as in it's either like in the books or they've taken something that isn't explicitly said or done in the books and then made their own version of it. So it's not contradicting the previous canon, if that makes sense. Boston, what else are you looking forward to except for Jedi Survivor? It's basically Hobbit and Lord of the Rings happened in... Wait, Rings of Power future, but Rings of Power didn't happen exactly like it was in the Hobbit, and was confusing. I think there was quite a bit of good lore Obegom. I actually ended up pausing at multiple times, Googling, like, what are Harefoots, or whatever they were called. I was like, is this something they made up? And nope, it's from Tolkien. And oh, where is Lindon located? And I at like 3 times during these episodes, I brought up a map of Middle Earth, and I was like, oh, it's right there, that makes sense. Oh, it's right there, that makes sense as well. So I thought it was, yeah, it was good. Oh, I'm glad to hear, Hodge. I don't know, I didn't feel the same way when I streamed it a couple of weeks ago. I kind of just felt tedious. Hello there, Agafa, how's it going, man? Long time no see. But why have they don't have permission to make it canon? But no, Sauron and Morgoth has never been the same person. Sauron was basically Morgoth's servant. So Lord of the Rings and Hobbit happened but the story didn't happen in Lord of the Rings. Okay, alright. Well, I guess I don't think a lot of it is going to contradict each other. I mean, I don't know who possibly... I mean, Elrond is obviously in there, and Galadriel. Those are the only 2 characters that I think we recognize, probably. Because, as far as I understand it, correct me if I'm wrong, Rings of Power is during the Second Age, and I think Gandalf arrives in the Third Age. Sauron, I don't really know, probably the Third Age as well. So, I highly doubt there's going to be any other characters than Sauron, Galadriel, and Elrond that we will recognize. Yeah, I agree, so Agafa. It's definitely building up some interesting storylines. I liked the prologue. It was pretty good when they showed like the battles of the First Age with freaking Morgoth, and they didn't really show Morgoth, I think, but yeah, like the Eagles and Nazguls and stuff. It was pretty cool. Oh, nice, Boston. Yeah, I've never been much for sports games. I'm not sure why, to be honest. I can't really recall any. I guess Wii Sports, but I don't know if that counts really. The Nedio, I think they confirmed that Star Wars Hunters was delayed yet another year, so it's coming 2023, if I'm not mistaken. Which is weird, considering that game has been in like soft launch. Whereas like I understand if they delay a game that isn't finished, but it's obviously been finished enough to be in soft launch. But I don't know. Do you watch Rings of Power and She-Hulk on TV or on your computer? I watch it on the TV that I just bought over there. Oh, there's some IKEA stuff I gotta build as well that I bought yesterday. Yeah, there's the TV. Unfortunately, I still don't have any good speakers as I'm waiting for the price to lower on the speakers I'm looking at. So I have to watch it with really crappy sound, unfortunately. But I'm not gonna spend an extra $600 for something that I know will eventually lower the price. I should probably check actually. I do have alerts on, but I would not be surprised if it doesn't. It's still, damn, why can't they just lower the price? This is so annoying. I hate how, like right here, if I show you the, I guess the green screen still. So yeah, like right now it's freaking 15,000 Swedish crowns, and if you go to where's the here, I think. Like here's the price. Look how much it goes up and down. 15,000, 9,000, 15,000, 9,000, 15, and that was right here. Right here, I found it and was like, this is the one I want. Like literally like a few days after it went up. It was the same price here for 2 months. So now I'm just waiting for it to go down again, because obviously it's gone down, up, down, up, down, up like 10 times, and it's hopefully gonna go down sometime soon here, because I want those speakers, but I'm not gonna pay those extra $600. Not worth it. Yeah, I didn't mind the diverse cast at all. I know a lot of people were like, wait, you can't have a colored elf or whatever. I don't know, I thought they all fit. I think all the actors fit the role very nicely. Like, whether it was like short, chubby dwarfs were like with beards and stuff, or the very fair-looking elves, or the kind of trashy humans. I think they all fit their roles very well. So I don't know. I liked all the actors. All right, Obigame. Oh, best of luck to you. Hope you get some wins. I'm not sure what the next stream is. I'm pretty busy this weekend. Monday it's football game. Probably could be Monday anyways though. Depending on how my schedule with the clips are looking. But I would guess Monday afternoon probably. Something like that. Unless I do get some free time during the weekend. It depends a little bit. Tomorrow I will not be able to for sure. Sunday I am probably busy, but we shall see. I don't know. I thought Durin's wife was Durin, or the entire Durin family. That entire scene was just so wholesome, I guess. I don't know. I really liked it. Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. Centuries between Durin and Thorin, true. But I guess was Durin one of the biggest? Was Durin one of like the biggest kings, or became the biggest kings? Because I feel like they always talked a lot about Durin in Lord of the Rings, but that was like 1,000 years before them. So there must have been like 20 different kings in between that. So I'm assuming he was like a bigger king than others or something like that. Yeah, why do they say the line of Durin and not like Durin's father, whatever his name was? I don't think they mentioned his name in the series. But like, why do they specifically choose line of Durin when it could have been line of Durin's father or grandfather or whatever, whenever it started, if that makes sense? Because obviously his father was now the king, which means his father was also royal. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm guessing so too, Agafa. Has to be. Do you guys have any fun weekend plans at all? Actually, I don't know. I haven't. Let's see. How many episodes? Rings of Power. 8 episodes. Okay. Is Rings of Power season 2 confirmed? And how many seasons will Rings of Power? How many seasons will Rings of Power have? Filming of the second season is expected to begin in October 2022. Okay, so it seems like at least another season is coming. Football, chilling, and gaming. Sounds like a good weekend for sure. Oh, 5 seasons. Yeah, I'd imagine they probably have like a long-term plan on how they want to work out the events of Sauron and the ages and stuff. But as always, when something flops, they might cancel it. But so far, I don't know. If they keep up the same quality, I definitely think it could become a big series. Yes, you are very correct, Agafa. I am. I do have the season pass for them and everything, and shirts and flags and. Right here, actually. I should probably. Oh, I can hang this up here. Perfect for the stream. Oh shit! It's probably gonna fall down. Yeah, this was a bad idea. Oh, I can put it right here. Well, let's hope. I hope some Swedish other fans will come in and see it. Okay, never mind. That doesn't work. Let's just put it up like here or something. No, I need to put the flag on something. Oh, binge watching Better Call Saul. Oof, you got a lot of good stuff there. Oh, you're rooting for shit. What was the Norwegian team called again? Berisha is great. Thank you for letting us get Berisha, or letting us. We paid a crap ton of money for him, but he's been very impressive so far. He's already scored like 3 goals, I think, in a couple of games. So yeah, appreciate it. But I can understand it must sting a little bit. But at least you got some good cash for him. Eduardo, how's it going? Yeah, that makes sense. 513. If it goes badly, they might cancel the rest of the seasons. But considering it seems like they're gonna start filming season 2 in October already, I mean, I don't know. Based on just the first 2 episodes, I think Rings of Power will do well. It might not be a mind-blowing series, depending on what else happens, but I definitely think it's gonna be something with good viewer numbers. All right, Eduardo, I'll try to keep it mildly. I mean, if you want no mention of it at all, this is the wrong stream, but it's not very spoiler-heavy, I would say. Oh, really, Agafa? Yeah, that's a shame. Who? I don't even know who that is, Nick. Voodoo Glimt. But yeah, Eduardo, I think it's good. You're probably gonna enjoy it. Most people most reactions I've seen have actually been positive. All the negativity was before the series came out. Oh, okay, it's another Norwegian club. Okay. Yeah, it's Sauron's origin story. I kind of wished they would show a little bit more of Morgoth. Like now they're basically just saying, "Oh, we defeated Morgoth and Sauron is the next enemy." Kind of. I kind of wish there would be a little, because as far as I know from the lore, I guess, yeah, Sauron was Morgoth's servant or something, and when Morgoth was defeated, Sauron took over or something like that. Preying on Rings of Power downfall. Why would you do that? How can you possibly not want a... Like, I loved Lord of the Rings. Hobbit was okay. If I can have any chance of getting a great live action show or movie from the Tolkien universe, I'll freaking take it. And now that it's being... I don't know, since I haven't read most of the books and stuff, I was like, let's go. I want to go in and read the reactions from actual hardcore Tolkien fans. And pretty much all of those were positive, which I was really surprised about. All those reactions were like people who said they had read thousands of pages of like the Silmarillion, Tales from Middle-earth, and all that kind of stuff. And they were like, I love that they're taking their time with slow world building, and they're like actually paying attention to details of the different kinds of like characters they introduced, like the Harefoots or whatever they're called, and like they were really happy. I think they were probably more happy than a casual viewer, like like myself, or more like my parents, who probably don't know anything about ages or anything like that. It seemed like people who are very into Tolkien's work on a hardcore level enjoyed it even more, because as far as I understand, it's not like factually wrong, it's not contradicting any of the previous material or undermining any of the previous material, which is why it's good, I think. Oh, nice. Hello to Psycho Rabbit, by the way. Yeah, I should probably again try KOTOR, because I haven't done that. Yeah, we missed Conference League this year because we didn't win the final of the cup, and we didn't get top 4 last year, or top 3, I mean. The worst thing is that last year we were about to get into the group stage of Conference League, but we freaking lost on a penalty shootout. It was so stupid. Like really lousy penalties from our players, but yeah. 5-13, I think I did so. If you're talking about the 5 seasons, then yeah, I talked about that. Oh, you want the Sauron minifig? Yeah, I've never actually had any Lord of the Rings Lego stuff. How's that clip I put up doing? Ah, not bad at all, not bad. You do that 5-13, and make sure to tune into the next stream. I'm curious to hear your thoughts, since you seem to be pretty read up on Lord of the Rings, so but interesting to see what you think. Oh yeah, Agafa, that's even worse, to be honest. All right, Hammer. See you later. Have a great evening. Yeah, Skywalker Saga was pretty easy. I mean, I don't know. Lego games are fairly easy overall, I guess. But yeah, at least there was a little bit more building and stuff in the old games. That's one of the things I really missed in Skywalker Saga. There was barely any building. Oh, wait, 98th minute, Eduardo. Whew. That's lucky. What are they playing? They must also, since the penalty, I'm guessing. No, wait, penalty, so it wasn't a shootout. Okay, that's. Man, the sweaty hands whenever you get a penalty in the 98th minute. Audience score for Rings of Power. Oh, I haven't. Rings of Power. That's pretty good. If you're talking about Rotten Tomatoes, 81%. Isn't that pretty good? Oh, well, it's only 35%. Okay, I guess Rotten Tomatoes is just like, is that ever worth looking at? Like Thor, Love and Thunder. What was that? 77%? Okay, never mind. I don't know. When I went to all the subreddits and all that kind of stuff, the most reactions to Rings of Power and everyone I follow on Twitter I've seen have just been positive. So, I don't know. I don't know what the negativity is from, to be honest. I mean, the thing is, I saw people starting to leave poor reviews before it was even out. Because, you know, woke, blah, 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 or the trailers looked bad, which I agree on, at least, especially the first couple of teasers and stuff they did. But from people who've actually seen it, it seems like it's almost like it makes me think that they on purpose made poor trailers and marketing so that people would be happily surprised. Probably not true, but yeah. Do you watch other TV shows, movies besides sci-fi or fantasy? I mean, yeah, I guess, again, Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad are good examples of that, or The Office, or not really that many series that are coming out now, if that makes sense. Except for Better Call Saul, which just finished. Like when I think about it, whether it's The Boys or all the Marvel or Star Wars or Lord of the Rings, it's mostly fantasy and superheroes and stuff. But yeah, Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul is just the best. Ah, that's a shame, Nick. I can understand that must be tough for the team. Yeah, I kind of just watched like the local Swedish team football. I barely watch any Champions League or international games at all. Crime series, I don't know. I used to watch like CSI and stuff when I was a kid, but I thought they were all like the same, so I kind of got bored of it. I probably am gonna watch Lucifer. I've only seen a few episodes, but I remember I was busy with something else, so I kind of forgot to watch it. But I definitely want to give Lucifer another go. I've heard some good things about that series. Sion, hello there. I thought Rings of Power was good. I would recommend it to anyone who's Lord of the Rings fans, for sure. It was better than I expected. Not amazing, but definitely better than I expected. On IMDb, it only has 6 out of 10. Yeah, so it's, I don't know. Lord Rings of Power review. I'm curious what the actual like pros are saying. But that's what I mean. That it's so skewed. Like, I think no one with a brain would give the series a 1. So when you go to like ratings and half the ratings give it 5, half the ratings give it 1, you know it's not a legitimate way to measure the success. You know, if it was like a lot of 4s, maybe many 3s and a few 5, then I would buy it. But when half the reviews say 5 and half reviews give it a 1, basically half the people saying it's the best thing ever, half the people saying it's the worst thing ever, then you know it's not like a proper proper audience score, which I kind of hate. Oh really, Eduardo? Yeah, I gotta look up the Sandman. It seems like a lot of people are say good stuff about it. Any short Disney Plus series you would recommend? I haven't really seen that much. I don't know what kind of series you mean. I mean, I'm assuming you're not talking about like Marvel and Star Wars, because I've seen pretty much all Marvel and Star Wars series, but I haven't really seen. I've seen a couple of movies on Disney Plus, whether it's like Prey or Jungle Cruise or things like that, but I don't think I've seen any series on Disney Plus other than Marvel and Star Wars. Yeah, Prey was great. I really enjoyed Prey. Yeah, I think Prey was probably my favorite Predator movie since the original. Like, nothing's gonna beat the original, but Prey was the second best. Best Star Wars show and worst Star Wars show. The Mandalorian is probably the best one. I mean, it depends on if you're counting the animated series, like the Clone Wars all together, or I would say the Clone Wars is like more important to watch, but it's 7 seasons, so there's a lot of content, and on average the Mandalorian is better. Like pretty much almost every episode is worth watching, versus the Clone Wars has a lot of filler stuff that isn't very nice and very slow and childish, but a lot of good stuff as well. So of just pure quality, I'd probably say the Mandalorian. But worst Star Wars show, probably Resistance. From all the ones I've seen, I would say Star Wars Resistance. Yeah, the second Predator movie is my... If we exclude Prey, it's my second favorite. Alien vs. Predator, I wasn't a huge fan of. And I actually haven't seen Predators. Is that even worth watching? Better than Alien, okay. But isn't there another one? Isn't there like... There's Predators 2, then there's Alien vs. Predator. Is there an Alien vs. Predator 2? All Predator... Because I remember one when they're in like a suburban area. All Predator movies. Predator 2, Predators. Could it be that one? A group of... no, okay, Predators I haven't seen. Okay, that's that one. Where's the... Alien vs. Predator separate... Okay, yeah, I guess Alien vs. Predator Requiem or whatever it's called is probably the one I'm talking about, where it's on Earth, on like a suburban city or something. I've never been a huge fan of the Aliens movies. I don't know why. Like, even the originals, they're not bad, but I always thought they were just like jump scare-ish kind of stuff. Not as enjoyable as Predator. Alright, Nick, good night. I'm probably gonna wrap up the stream here any second as well. Planning to just start building that IKEA box laying on the floor right there. And then head to bed as well. Because people seem to be sifting out. Maybe I shouldn't be doing these talking streams. There's not a lot of people tuning in. Maybe I need to play games. People just want to see the games. Yeah, Eduardo, I'm very aware that those are like some of the best sci-fi movies. I don't know why I've always preferred Predator movies over Alien movies. Or more like I prefer Predator over Alien, period. Like the types of movies, but it's two kind of different types of movies. Predator isn't as jump scary and dark and stuff. Maybe I'd actually enjoy Alien more now. I think maybe I thought they were too scary. When did Alien come out? Alien release date. Actually, that was probably... Okay, never mind. That was way before I was born. Way before I was born. But I think I might have been too young to appreciate them, if I put it that way, when I saw it the first time. Oh, really? RRK, that's pretty cool. But yeah, guys, I think that's gonna be a wrap, and I'm gonna start building that IKEA stuff and then head to bed. I appreciate you all tuning in as always. I shall see you around in a stream soon. I'll make sure to play some games next time. if it's too boring just chatting with me. But I appreciate you all tuning in anyways. Hope you have a great weekend. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, may the force be with you.
Ever hear the tragedy of Darth Vader's wife?
No, I thought not. I thought not.
Ever hear the tragedy of Master Windu?
No, I thought not. I thought not.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.